land use controls.
Mr. Chair.
Brendan Horan.
Thank you, sir. I take a call on the financial review of the Parliamentary Commissioner of the Environment. Now, the Select Committee report was only 4 lines and had no matters to bring to the attention of the House, but Sir Dr. Wright is doing important work, and I would like to touch on some of that from the time under review and the current operations. She has produced an important report, an update on water quality in New Zealand. And as previous speakers have said, New Zealand's water quality is in an appalling state. We have, sir, a clean green reputation. And how can we let our waterways deteriorate so rapidly? Our country's own spirituality, that of Wairua, that the blood and bones of our ancestors flows through our rivers, lakes and streams, implies that we would have great respect for our water. But the reality is our rivers, lakes and streams are becoming heavily polluted, and one only needs to look at the Manawatu. And in my area, the Kaituna River, where, sir, I've gone down that river, I've taken photos, and it's been quite amazing because the real pollution starts as soon as the dairy farming starts, and about the last 15 kilometres of the river, you have estuaries and streams running into it that say no human contact. And in Dr. Wright's report, she touches on some of that pollution, sir. How can our waterways be so polluted? The intensification of dairy farming is one of the main contributors to our polluted waterways, and we urgently need to do something about it. Where is the funding, sir? Where is the teeth behind legislation? We need to take note of Dr. Wright's report. Sir, I also touch on the point regarding the current operations within the scope of this debate. Dr. Wright wrote to members and parties a month ago regarding the Environment Reporting Bill, which has subsequently been introduced. And she made the point that if the bill is passed in close to its current form, the Office of the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment will need significant resources to discharge the new functions arising from the bill. So, Mr. Chair, when we come to consider the Environmental Reporting Bill, this Parliament will need to pay close attention to the allocation of resources to the Commissioner. Sir, in closing, I'd like to make 2 points. One is that the officers of Parliament, including Dr. Wright, have their budgets set by one Select Committee, the Officers of Parliament Committee, and have their financial review conducted by a different one. In this case, the Local Government and Environment Select Committee. The Officers of Parliament are the only entities treated in this way. All the ministries and departments have their financial reviews done by the same committee, which reviews their estimates. And, sir, if we cast our eyes to the problems faced by the Ombudsman when their chronic underfunding did not get proper attention for some time. So, sir, I hope that you might be able to find a solution, and this might involve moving the financial reviews to the Officers of Parliament Committee. It may be a better way, sir.
The question is that the report of the Local Government and Environment Committee on the 2012-13 financial review of the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment be noted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. Members, I understand that the next financial review that members wish to debate is the financial review of the Government Administration Committee on the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet. Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to spend 5 minutes on this issue to inquire whether the Prime Minister is going to take his place in the chair or whether he's going to spend his time out consulting with people who don't believe that...
Order. Now, I think the member knows the rules about referring to the absence of a member.
No, I haven't referred to the absence.
No, you haven't, but it's just a wee caution, right?
Well, Mr Speaker, the question I was going to ask is whether the Prime Minister gives greater priority to consulting with people who believe that vapour trails are poisoning New Zealanders, or that the man didn't land on the moon, or whether Parliament is his priority. That is the question that I want to ask. And because this is the debate where we talk about the cabinet-making process, where we talk about the revolving door, where we talk about the member who is currently out of cabinet, the Honourable John Banks, who's out because there's been a prima facie case established against him for fraud. Mr Speaker, that is the reason why the Prime Minister accepted the fraudulent member's resignation. Mr Speaker, this is the time we ask whether, as part of the ongoing matters to do with the formation of cabinets, whether he is going to go canvassing with John Banks in the backwoods of Georgia. The scene of deliverance, whether or not that's where John Banks is going to do his canvassing, or whether he's going to leave that area alone.